Alright, so today, instead of actually being on the computer, I'm actually going to do, every once in a while we'll do some board games to play. Today we're going to play the board game. If you haven't ever seen it, it's called Once Upon a Time. It's a storytelling card game, and it encourages creative writing, creative thoughts, story, plotline, characterization, and it actually can be kind of fun too. So what we're going to do is I have my friends here, and we are going to play a game of Once Upon a Time. So the basic gist of the story is there's three different types of cards. There are story cards, there are interrupt story cards, and then there are hey Avatar, how's it going? There are ending cards. Now the ending cards, that is the game. That is the goal of the game. To end the card that you pick is the way that you want to end the game. In this particular case, and they remained blind for the rest of their days for their wickedness and falsehood. So, everybody in this table, there are 5 of us. They say to give out as many cards as 11 minus the number of players, so that'd be 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Who's the 6th player? Who's the 6th player?
Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, right. That's okay.
Yeah.
So now I forgot how many cards I just counted out. So that's 5. That's 5. Okay. So then 6. All right. So everyone gets a set of cards.
This is pretty good. So,
yay! Oh, we're just gonna play a game.
yay! Where am I? Okay.
All right. I'm gonna start out as the storyteller.
Yes.
All right. Looks like I've got a couple of really good ones.
Yes, that's okay. Move that. Which way are we gonna make the cards face?
Try to face them towards, like, they're not really going to be able to see the table really that well.
But it's okay.
But it's okay. So, I am going to start out
There's
with,
another one. Something.
we are playing Once Upon a Time.
Pop and wolf.
75% of my cards are like places.
Don't say that. Yeah, you're not supposed to say that.
Okay.
I didn't say which cards. I just said they're places.
You know, I should have done is I should have put that out on my Amazon essentially thingies. I will here in a minute. Okay. So I'm starting out the story, and I'm going to place down. Alright, once upon a time, there was a cook in a large home. She hated being a cook, but that was the only thing she knew how to do. And one day, as she was walking back from the village to buy groceries, she found a ring laying on the ground. Alright, so
I like that.
these are the 2 cards that we have played thus far. Cook.
I kind of want.
So, once upon a time.
What?
Once upon a time, there was a cook that worked in a large mansion. On the way home from picking up groceries one day, she found a ring. Okay, those are my 2 cards so far.
Okay.
Now, she did not recognize this ring as one of her mistress's rings, and so she decided to take it with her. just in case one of her ladyship's friends had lost a ring. But as she walked down the street, she heard a voice coming from her pocket.
Oh dear. It turns out it was a frog.
No. I have to have said frog.
Did you pass it along to me?
No, I have not done
So
yet.
what do I do?
You wait until either I talk about a frog, or you can interrupt me with one of your interrupt cards.
I don't have an art card.
You don't? Okay. I'll keep going. Just wait. Be patient. Dear lady, it said from her pocket, do you know who I am? And the cook was so stunned she stopped in her tracks. The ring, when she put her hand into her pocket, she realized that there was nothing in her pocket except for the ring. Dear lady, do you know what I can do? And the cook was like, no. She goes, the ring said to the cook, I can turn you into anyone you've ever wanted to be. All you need to do is put me on your finger. Anything? Nothing yet?
I wondered, could I do that one? Could I do?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
Okay.
Because the ring is a thing.
You
No.
only do a thing in a person, I think. Okay.
Yeah.
Only a thing in a
You
character.
only the ring can if you've got a thing interrupting card, you could stop me right now.
Alright. Oh, okay.
If you don't,
Okay.
you have to make sure you look at your cards for the different types of cards that you have, because if I happen to mention something you've got a card for, then you can stop me. Okay? Alright, so I continue. The cook didn't quite believe her ears. What do you mean you can turn me into whoever I've ever wanted to be? And the ring said, well, haven't you always wanted to look and dress as finely as the lady you work for? And the cook was like, well, yes, but that doesn't mean that's who I am. The ring says, why don't you give me a try? And the cook's like, okay. So she takes the ring out of her pocket, puts it on her finger, and imagines the most gorgeous dress her ladyship had ever worn that she could remember. And out of nowhere, clothes as fine as any that could be gotten in the kingdom were suddenly spread upon her.
Ooh, wow, clothes were spread upon her. Ooh, wow.
Yeah, well, that's all she can see right now, isn't it?
I'm intrigued.
She was so excited she twirled around like a girl of 12 again.
Wow, Mom. Wow.
That was very nice.
Yes.
That was
Gorgeous.
gorgeous. That's how you do it.
She was so excited that she ran towards the kitchen so that she could tell her friend, the scullery maid, about what she had found. But as she approached the home, hey Ellie, we are playing Once Upon a Time. But as she approached the kitchens, the young page boy who got her milk in the morning suddenly stood up, like he'd been caught with his hand in the cookie jar. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'll get right back to work, I promise. Now, this young man of 13 had never spoken to her in such a polite or hurried fashion ever. If anything, this kid had always had to be poked and prodded and shoved. Alright, thank you.
Yeah, like that. You're just like, Thank you,
Why?
what?
Who would spend that much time making that specific little picture? Why? That was so gross.
Wait, what was? Oh,
It was like
You
that.
know what? We don't need
Not-
to talk
I
about
don't
it.
need to talk about it, but
Cliff got it. Cliff got it.
wait, what just happened?
there was a message that was sent and it was not very appropriate, so it was
And
deleted and the person was
Jack
blocked.
totally missed it, but Cliff got it.
Good job.
All right, so I'm
job,
I'm
Cliff.
trying to keep this wide open for you guys. Okay.
We're working
Yeah.
on trying to find
Okay, so
something.
can we interrupt you with something that has that on it, or only that?
Does it have to do with what we're talking about in the story right now?
Like, yeah, clothes, sort of.
Let's try it. What do you have?
Well, not yet. I'm just asking.
Oh, okay.
So does
Usually
it have to be
you
right
want,
here?
Yeah, you want it to stay with the most current part of the story.
Oh, okay. I don't have any.
Take it
Alright, keep
forever.
going.
Confused, the cook entered the kitchen, and when the scullery maid turned around, the scullery maid made a squeaking noise of surprise and nearly dropped the pan she was holding. Oh, I'm so sorry, milady. If I'd have known you were going to be in the kitchen today, I would have had it cleaned for you. And the cook looked at the scullery maid and said, "What are you talking about?" "No, madam, I'm sorry, I really am. Is there something that I can get for you right now?" And she looked at the scullery maid and she goes, "Scullery maid, it's me, the cook." Now the scullery maid looked entirely confused because at no time ever did the lady of the house ever say she was anybody other than who she was. But then suddenly there was the lady of the house coming into the kitchen claiming she was the cook. Well, the cook was so frightened that she pulled the ring off her finger, and suddenly the clothes were gone, and the scullery maid just about passed out on the floor.
I want you to pass it off.
When the cook finally was able to revive the scullery maid, the scullery maid goes, "What witchery is this?" Anybody? Witchery? Yes? Would you like to take over the story now?
Yes.
No, I don't.
Okay, Juliana's taking over the story.
do. Take it.
So when she said witchery, the ring suddenly turned into a witch.
Oh,
The witch was like,
I want to
"Ha, ha,
interrupt.
ha."
I want to interrupt.
okay.
And it actually turned into an old person.
What kind of old person?
An old lady.
Okay.
Just gonna say old lady.
The
The
old
old lady was
Remember, try to use as many of your cards as you can as you're
Okay.
telling the story.
the old lady looked at the cook and said, "Now go back to the kitchen and do your job because I'm not your person anymore. I don't freaking know what I'm doing." But then,
Okay, do you
what?
have to interrupt?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then she was like, "No, I'm going to the kingdom to tell the king about you."
Ah.
See.
So who said that? Who said that?
The
cook. The cook.
The cook
told
said
the
that.
witch.
The cook told the witch
The
that
old
I am
person.
not going to the kitchen. I am going to the kingdom to tell the king on you. And then the witch was all like, "Ah, heck nah." And she turned her into a frog.
Actually, she turned into a thief.
Oh.
And the thief...
Actually, she turned her into a tree.
You can't, you can't do that.
Oh, wait, no, I can't do that. Just kidding. Sorry.
Although the thief was beautiful, she was not beautiful at the heart. And she was like, "No, you're not going to the kingdom. You are going to my tower by the river."
Mountain.
Mountain.
Fine.
By the river. No, you can't do that anymore, Juliana.
I already did
Those
it
is the new
before she
one.
went down, so.
Okay. Well, okay.
So
let's
you
do
have to say the tower
going
by
to the tower by the
the
mountain.
mountain.
Okay. But
Oh,
instead
wait,
of
don't I
going
have
to-
draw
Yeah,
another
you
one?
need to be drawing. Sorry.
Everybody has to draw.
How much
so-
do I have to
I
draw?
have to draw 2, actually.
4, 5, 6, And how do you win this
You get rid of your ending card, which I forgot to draw one. I'll do that one.
Ooh. I got good ones.
Okay,
game? So, wait. So who was talking?
you were talking about the tower by the mount. You put down
Yeah,
the mountain
before.
card.
So you.
The thief was gonna take her to the tower.
So
by
it's your
the
turn.
mountain.
Because you
'Kay.
put down the mountain card.
Okay. So
I'm gonna just slide
The-
these.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
I'm so confused. So the thief took the cook to the mountain, or
Yes.
No,
Yep.
the cook is now the thief.
the cook
No,
is now-
no. The witch is now the thief.
The witch is the thief.
No, the witch is the old person, which turned to the thief. And
Thief.
then,
Okay, so the witch is a thief,
Okay.
obviously.
the old
Yeah.
witch.
The old witch is a thief and is now going to. Now is the cook still Is the cook still wearing her ring? Because I never
No.
got to
No,
finish
you said
it
she
off.
took. Yeah, you said she. With surprise, she took off the ring
Okay, so
and
she
turned
did,
back. Yeah,
She did. She
Okay.
took take off the ring.
She took off the ring. So the thief is taking what? The ring?
No, the thief is the ring. The ring was a witch.
Oh,
The
okay.
ring turned
That's
into a
right,
witch
that's
that turned
right.
into a thief. So the thief is taking the cook to the tower by the mountain.
Okay, so cook is being taken to the tower by the mountain. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
And there you will be cursed with you will be cursed with a horrible curse that makes you sad all of the time.
No,
That's
it
called
was
depression.
it wasn't a curse. It was a secret that must be held.
Oh.
Okay, so what kind of secret, Emma?
It was a secret that was valuable. The secret, the witch told the cook. If you go to the woods by the castle, there will be a stone.
Okay.
Okay.
Awkward silence.
But this stone.
Okay, look at your cards. Maybe your cards can help you out.
I like
The stone had a spell that was enchanted.
by treasure.
Okay. So the stone had treasure.
But it was but the treasure was a very nice black horse.
Here, why don't we put it over here?
Yeah, it was a very nice black horsey.
No,
But
it was a wife. No, I mean a husband for the cook.
the cook is a guy.
No,
Wait, Happy Pride
The
Month!
cook is a girl. The cook is a girl.
It's a girl!
And she said that if you get married to this husband, you'll become the princess.
Oh.
Little did they know that this was all a trap.
Oh,
And I'm
my
out of cards.
goodness. So you have to skip. Draw some. Here's more cards.
Yeah, how many cards do I draw?
Okay, so it was a trap.
Do I need 7?
How many
Need
cards do I
6.
draw?
Okay, so
6.
6 cards. 1, 2,
I need 1.
3, 4, 5, 6. When you get interrupted, you have to take a new one.
I know, but I only
Oh, wait, I
have
have
5.
to take one.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, you have
everyone
to do
take-
that every time.
Yeah,
I
make sure you
forgot
have
that you
6.
do that.
Okay, so
Ooh.
the cook has to take a husband.
If she marries
if
a
she
husband, she'll
does,
become a princess.
princess.
Little does she know it's all a trap.
It's all a trap. Okay.
Stone.
Ooh.
Wow.
Or this stone.
Stone is just a trap.
Okay, so whose Rose are you taking over for the next part of the story?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so what trap are we talking about?
A trap that will. You can do it. Turn her into a giant instead of a princess.
Ah.
So
Ooh.
she has to.
Nobody has been doing events.
So
No.
in order to escape,
Well, there's no events on the
She
card.
she wanted really bad to become the princess, so she went on a journey to find a husband.
Find the stone
Okay, the stone.
with treasure, horse.
Okay, so
The
she
horse.
may not know that it's a trap. So
So she went on a
wants-
journey.
Yes.
She does.
She wants the
it.
stone.
So she goes on a journey.
Okay, so she's in the forest and she's
So,
looking
yeah.
for the stone.
I don't have any more
Okay.
story cards.
You can pass the
Yeah, you
story
can
on to
pass the
Maddie.
story on.
So I'm passing it.
Okay, so what did we leave off of?
Okay, so the cook has been told that if she goes to the stone,
Which has a treasure behind it.
Okay.
That's a beautiful black
now,
horse.
actually Emma wants to take over because she
And
has
a
a
husband.
journey card.
I have the journey card.
So,
The cook goes on a journey.
okay, so the journey through the forest because that's where the stone is at.
And so
But first, she must enter a village to get through to the forest.
Okay, and I'm gonna change that actually to a ruin.
Ooh.
So she finds a ruin as she's traveling through the forest, and laying upon the ground in this ruin, she finds a sword. Now, she's never handled a sword in her life because she doesn't handle swords. Yes.
But it wasn't a sword, it was a key.
Key.
A key which the cook did not understand what it was for. So the cook
It was Kingdom Hearts. Ba-da-ba.
the cook put the key in her pocket where the ring once was.
And then it said, "Yo." I'm kidding. Yo, let me out. Yo, my Buddha. What up, man?
Okay, so
then-
she thought it was a sword. It turned out to be a key. She's not sure what the key is for.
But she takes it.
Okay,
So
she
she
takes
puts
the key.
She takes the key and puts it in the pocket where the ring once was.
Okay.
She walks along a stone
wait,
bridge.
never mind.
She walks along, and a little voice,
Tiny
talks-
voice.
a tiny voice.
Now take a card.
No.
Tiny voice.
So, tiny voice, Maddie.
A tiny voice interrupts her like, "Hey, why'd you take me? That was my home." And she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." He's like, "Oh, you're not sorry." And so they started arguing.
Actually, they parted ways.
You think he can't walk, Juliana?
Actually, they started planning.
A planning.
They were
That's
planning.
not an interrupt. You can't
Actually,
do that.
Oh, it is not an interrupt card. Sorry.
They parted
Actually,
ways.
they started the key started dying.
Why?
Actually, she returned the key to the ground.
And she was quickly imprisoned into a stone
Oh
cage.
yeah, you can't do that.
You
It has
can't
to be
do
an
that.
interrupt.
It's not an interrupt.
All right. So she returns the key to the ground to the ground because she already knew what trouble picking talking objects up are. So she sat down by a tree and decided that it was getting to be nighttime and she needed to start planning her next move.
You had 2 planning cards, Mom?
No, only
No,
one.
I had returned the other one. She figured that there must be somebody in the forest who knew where this rock was, because if it's an enchanted rock,
Then somebody's got to know where it is.
somebody's got to know where it is. So as she was sitting there deciding what to do, she was feeling very sad because she didn't know
Oh,
what to
actually, she became blind.
Wow.
And she never ever. She didn't get her job back, so she became a
No,
beggar
actually,
because she had no money.
I can't do it.
And as a beggar,
Okay, so she
she ran into this guard, the one guard, who had found a wall
Wow.
with this that had
is
the stone
sounding
by
very
it. The thing
The
is,
stone was by the wall. on
yes,
the wall?
the stone was by the wall.
No,
Yes,
we found a
but-
gift.
He found a gift.
Found
Okay.
a gift.
Oh, dang that.
The gift of bravery. He Okay, so
How about you take bravery back, and I say instead of a gift, he found a crown. And the crown, when he put it on his head, just so you'd see how hot he looked in it.
Flynn Rider in a nutshell. Flynn Rider in a nutshell.
Yeah, told him that nearby in the ruins of this forest was a magical rock that whoever found it would find a husband or a wife.
Ooh.
I just want to
Now,
The guard.
let's see. Let's do this. Now, the guard was feeling kind of foolish because who
No.
Who found it? Who finds a crown in the middle of the place?
finds a crown in the middle of nowhere and then it starts talking to you?
That's not possible, right? No.
Right.
Oh wait, I have to get cards.
In fact,
One.
not only was he feeling a little foolish, but he was feeling a little frightened as well.
Oh my gosh, that picture.
I know. And so then what he decided to do was that if it was true that he had nothing to lose because he was just a guard.
Instead of feeling frightened, he was feeling to go far away.
That's
He wanted to
That's
go
a
far
feeling?
away to find a wife. The
Okay.
thing is, but when he went, he ran out of food.
He didn't
And that made him act very ugly. Like, you know, when you get hangry, you can feel very
very
ugly. And so on the way, he meets a person.
Sure.
The person starts chasing him, and then someone gets hurt.
Okay, but you have to be specific about the person. You can't just
There's
say
this person. Let's
Okay,
see.
so he's getting
person.
angry, and who does he run into?
You don't have
He
any
runs
interrupt
into
cards.
this kind old. I don't have anything for there.
I know, but you still have to make up the person.
Yes. So a kind. He's at the. There's this kind old man that he meets. Well, it's not old, but a kind man that was on a journey to find a wife. They're both looking for a wife.
Wow.
And
Why
so
don't they
when
just
they
marry
start,
each other?
they start
People are
talking.
desperate.
They
Okay,
start
so he
talking to
chases
each
the
other,
old man?
and so since he was angry, he was like, "I want the wife. She's probably gonna be beautiful." So he starts chasing her, and then he throws a sword and injures him, and then he snaps out of his angry, ugly thingy
Mood.
mode. Yes.
That's a weird mood, in my opinion.
When they see an orphan,
Satan, is that you?
an orphan
Yes.
along the road looking for something. I don't have anything. Your turn.
Oh my gosh, I'm so confused. You
So
weren't paying
apparently-
attention. I was, but she was going so fast, I have no idea what's going on.
The cook is lost in the forest somewhere.
The book?
The cook.
Okay.
The cook is lost in the forest somewhere. The guard
Is going on a journey to find a wife.
had a moment of hangriness and attacked an innocent old man and injured him, and yet then they sat down and talked like old buds, and then in the middle of all that, an orphan shows up.
What?
No, he snaps out of it after he injures him.
Where's
and
the
an
cook in
orphan,
all this?
An orphan, let's say, the orphan drops his bucket that he was getting water because he sees him injured.
Okay.
And then the guard runs away. Let's say that.
Okay.
Someone said hangry.
Guys,
So-
it's your turn.
So, the orphan is feeling very brave.
Ooh.
So-
what is he gonna do?
The orphan takes
Sorry.
the injured man to the church.
Oh.
And they
Where he lives. He lives
they
in a
open
church.
the door,
Interesting.
the secret magical door that teleports them to
I think we're just going
Does
off.
that-
that teleports them. I'm done.
It
I'm
teleports
passing
them to the forest where the cook was.
So-
it on. Yeah, it teleports them to the cook.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's
Now
how
go.
she bumps into him as a beggar. And
Okay.
But
So-
it turns out the cook was in a swamp.
Ooh!
And while they were gone, he
Okay, but you can't just magically transport the cook to the swamp. She was in
The forest.
it was
she
weird.
was in the forest.
but
She was in
maybe-
the forest, but she wandered to the
Okay,
swamp.
so but
Yeah.
is there a swamp next to the forest?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
We're all like, yes, obviously.
Ooh, I can't wait for my
she had made herself a fire because she was kicked out of the city because she had
She was a
turned
beggar.
yeah. And And also because she had become a wicked person because she's turned crazy.
The same thing!
Everyone thought she was crazy because of the ring she told everyone about.
So okay.
So she was driven crazy, so she thinks she sees a window. She walks over to the window.
Hallucination.
She walks over to the window and tries to open it, but it ends up just being a tree, so she's, banging on a tree. Anyway.
Inside.
Rose, that's called trees.
Has time passed?
Trees.
No, it's called pines.
Let's scooch all this stuff.
Yeah, because we don't even need that anymore. So
Goodbye.
we only need this. So
Yeah.
Okay.
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 So she sees
Time passed.
a window. She thinks she sees a window, but she doesn't. It's actually a tree. The king comes out.
Where'd the king come from?
The king was lost in the woods. He was trying to find his way back home
But she's in the
To the
swamp.
queen.
to the kingdom.
No.
Okay.
He had ran away from the kingdom because his daughter was being a brat. And so he ran
Legit your dad. Legit your dad.
So he ran away and wanted to go back because he missed his bratty daughter.
What? Okay.
The king.
Is he meeting?
The king.
Does he meet the cook?
Yeah, the king went up to. Wait. The king went up to the cook and asked her what she was doing, banging on a tree.
But he's meeting.
Why
the
is she
cook,
knocking
so
on a
I'm
tree?
taking
That
Okay,
over
so
because
he's
I know
meeting
that.
the cook.
And
As she's banging a tree.
as time passes, he starts falling in love with her.
What?
The queen is dead. The queen is dead. Okay, good.
Oh.
So the queen
Queen's
is
dead. He was a single
she
father with a
die?
bratty daughter.
falling in love with her. And
Wow, Cook, you already have a husband.
he starts, as time passes, he starts falling in love with her and asks her to be his queen. Little does the cook know, but the guard's brother or sister is in the woods too.
Who?
It has a magical book.
Okay, but
The guard who
guard's
the guard has-
brother, you have to specify.
Okay, so let's say that his brother.
Brother. Okay, so the cook is now the
She's
queen.
still crazy. She's not
Well,
a queen yet.
She was
just
asked to be a queen.
Okay, and so the guard's brother is looking for him,
for the guard.
for the guard, and what does the book have to do with it?
He just
He
has
was
a magic
carrying
book
a
because he
magical
found it. And
book.
he found this magical book in the woods, and he was like, I
Gonna
wonder
keep
what
this.
it's for. And it looked like it was the king, so he's also looking for the king at the same time as his
Okay.
guard brother.
Okay, so who's taking over the story now?
I'll take it.
Okay.
I kind of have to think about this.
But it turns out that the wise prince of the son prince of the
Whoa,
king,
he has a son.
Wait,
Yeah.
is the guard's brother a prince?
Yes.
Okay,
no, you
let's
just
say
said the
No,
king's
his
son.
Yeah, the king's son, the wise prince, was looking for his father and came across some stairs
Ooh.
next to a cottage,
No.
and that he met a very strong fairy.
Ooh, fairy.
Monster.
Oh!
Very strong.
Strong monster.
That's not an interrupt card.
It's dang, it's not.
I know.
A very strong
Fairy.
fairy.
What did the fairy do?
She started transforming things, and that's it.
Whoa.
Emma, it's your
He
turn.
rescued.
No, he's revealing. Okay, he's revealing.
What is she revealing? You guys!
I don't think I want to know what he's revealing.
Okay, revealing
He's revealing.
that.
No, wait, I'm not there yet.
Okay, then you do.
He's revealing the prince's parents. Because how about the prince doesn't know that he's a prince?
Okay, well, we can't change the story like
Fine.
that.
So, he's revealing
So it has to do with his dad somehow.
that
So,
his
okay.
father has hidden.
Ooh, hidden what?
No, his father was
Us-
his long lost. Was his
No.
long. That
His
doesn't
father-
make any sense.
No, his father was the long lost
I was about to put
peasant.
a sleeping lady in a cave. That's what I was gonna put.
Long lost sleeping lady
His
in a
parents
cave.
were long lost enemies. No. Long lost.
Monsters. Okay. People.
Monsters, monsters to another
Their
country.
parents had a long lost daughter.
Child.
child.
A long lost child.
Daughter.
Daughter. Let's just say daughter. I'm gonna take 3 more.
I have to take
6. I'll just pass it to me.
Which means you have to pass it on.
I
if
want
you
to
take
do
more cards.
it.
Yeah. So, because I have nothing else.
Can I want to do
What
it?
did you need?
Oh, wait,
Child
I got interrupt, so I need a different.
liked making mischief.
Ooh, so they threw him out.
Okay, wait.
And-
Who is making mischief?
the
Oh,
child.
the child. Child is
Okay,
making
but
mischief.
who is the child?
The
long
daughter.
lost
The
daughter.
The long
of a
lost
long
daughter.
lost princess daughter.
That's all I
Okay.
got to.
Okay.
I had a long lost daughter. And got
I
lost.
want to do this so bad.
And got lost. But got caught in a storm. And she hid under a tree.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
gonna
this
look
tree
for the card.
breaks
Whoa.
due to really big wind. And
That was in the storm.
she. And I have nothing else.
Can I do it?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
The
I'm
tree
gonna-
breaks.
So the tree breaks, and
other cards.
the girl or the daughter of the
Give me one of those things.
Those are
uh,
ending cards.
the king fell. The daughter fell and was knocked out by a root of the tree.
That she was standing
Soon later, she found herself. She soon realized she was being stolen
by a merchant.
by a happy stepmother for some reason.
Oh wait, she's being stolen by the cook because the cook is technically her stepmother.
Oof. 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 Oof.
Why is she happy?
I don't know.
And
She's crazy.
The
Remember?
stepmother was being the stepmother was disguised as the cook. So the little girl,
Her stepmother is the cook.
the little girl trusted her. But soon she was imprisoned in a palace. That's all I have.
In a palace,
Where's the cards?
stuck in the middle of the forest that can fly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
In the palace, there was a cauldron, unusually big, but that's when she
A
drank
well.
from it.
Oh well.
You can't do that. She fell asleep.
Or something.
When she woke
She
up,
fell asleep because she was poisoned.
Oh, by what? Ooh.
The cauldron.
Oh, yes.
dang it, I was gonna put.
And eventually, she ended up dying, and the kingdom rejoiced at the end of the tyrant's reign.
What tyrant?
I don't know.
Tyrant.
There is no tyrant. That doesn't work. But in the end,
How is she?
he saw all of them saw the error of their ways and lived a good life from that day forward. That one at least works.
Oh.
No. Actually, they found out that her visitor had been a monster. I don't know.
So,
fun.
so now that we've played
He lived the rest of his life as a beggar and with perfect justice.
perfectly just. All right, we're
But
gonna.
you could have done that when I said she was a beggar.
Okay, so I'm gonna make.
The one who loses gets rid of all their cards in their hand.
Right, this was kind of a stalemate, and I think we'll have to make some rules so that
Okay.
we don't end up in another stalemate again.
What's stalemate?
Yeah, it means that nobody really
Make
won.
it to where the only people that can interrupt is either the right or the left.
No, that wasn't the problem. I'll tell you what the problem was. The problem was that we were just flopping out cards because they looked good and they had nothing to do with the story. So like when the cook goes to, it's perfectly.
She was.
It's a good idea to say she had to go look into the forest for the magic rock. But then all of a sudden we've got guards popping out of nowhere and stuff.
Only one guard. When
Doesn't
she was
make-
looking for the rock, she bumped into
Oh
the
my
guard,
200.
which was also. She bumped into the guard, which was also looking for the same rock because of the
but
crowd.
make the camera do that.
You have 5 winners? Yeah. 5
But-
winners.
So just let me say though.
She bumped into the guard, which was looking for the same rock because
Right, and
of
see,
the crown.
in that particular part of the story, that could have been a good segue into when they both end up at the rock together. Guess what? Now they can get married, but you also have to think about what the end game in mind. Like in my story, I would have wanted to push the story towards maybe that the ring belonged to the evil queen of the kingdom instead of the lady, and the evil queen was looking for it because it gave her power and she wanted it back. And then her and her fiance, or the cook and her boyfriend or husband or whoever, would then have to work together to get rid of her out of the castle, or keep the ring away from her so that
I could have done mine at almost any time.
Yeah. So I mean, you want to be the one getting rid of your end card, but it has to make sense.
I could have done that mine at like a lot of the spots, but I didn't want to.
Why?
I wanted to keep it going because it's fun.
So, but I mean,
Don't do that
doesn't mean that we can't play multiple games. Because even if we end the story, it's always fun to see what ends up happening. You know, when we start putting new combinations of cards together.
Ooh, I have an idea. How about we get all the cards, be able to see
So are
them
you gonna play
all,
again?
and then make.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I might have given you an extra.
Rocket.
Okay. I'll get to start.
Yay.
Yay!
Okay, gotta start with Once Upon a Time.
Say, once upon a time, there was a book
A book.
that was in a cave by the swamp. When the book was found, you could easily make mischief. I'm passing it on.
I'm going to interrupt that. And I'm going to say the book that was in the cave by the swamp had the ability to reveal the thing that would make you the most happy in all the world. And so all the people in the land wanted to find this book.
Ooh.
Now one night,
They went on a hunt.
yeah,
Don't do the hunt.
one night, a guard at the castle was in his room sleeping when he had a dream that he was being led to the cave where the book was contained. And so the next
Was he a kind guard?
Depends.
Okay, cool.
a young man who was a guard. We'll just call him the young man who was a guard.
How about we give him a name?
Let's give him the name of Larry.
Larry. That's a nice name.
Alright, Larry,
Okay, so
it
he
is.
was kind.
Larry the happy guard.
Nice.
He was.
disgusting, Rocket.
Then put him down. He
But he likes it up here.
let's just put
Did
it
he
like
live in a
this.
cottage?
He was a nice guy, but not very smart.
Oh, so he was.
Nice and dumb.
So he was a dingus, pretty much.
So where was he sleeping again?
In his bed. He was in his bed sleeping one night when he had a dream that he was being led by an unseen force to this cave where the book lay. Okay.
Unseen force, which could be a fairy.
All right, Emma, your turn.
Okay.
I want to.
So. Sorry, what?
It's your turn.
Okay. Where did you leave off?
I said he
was having a
dreamed-
dream that
He
he was
dreamed
like.
that he found. He was told where to find this book in the cave in the swamp.
Okay. Well, Larry suddenly woke from his dream and jumped out the window. Because he had an urge and a wanting to find that book, and he thought it was more than anyone else in the kingdom.
Okay.
So he went out.
Okay, so he jumped out the window and did what?
He walks along a hidden road,
Okay, so he finds the hidden road that was in his dream.
and
Does he meet anybody? Like, does he meet a fairy or something?
meets a monster. But
Okay, what kind of monster?
this monster, kind of like a serpent, kind of dragon-like thing.
Was he nice? Was he like a helpful?
This was a girl.
Was she helpful?
She was an
or-
enchanted girl?
Yes.
Okay, so he meets a monster that looks like a cross between a snake and a dragon, and it's really a girl.
Soon!
It's gonna be.
Larry returned to his room with the serpent
Monster thing.
and
You have nothing else?
well, I have this one, but I want to go next. It's too soon. So I
you don't
pass it on to Whitney.
Alright.
No, you have to pass it on to her. We're going this way. You have to pass it on to her.
You want to go?
Yes.
Okay. So he returns home to his
Room
to the castle, his room in the castle with this
the serpent.
serpent dragon.
He's trying to like lift the spell, so
Okay. But what does that have to do with the book?
wow.
The book helps.
The book has the spell. Has the book has
It will reveal how to lift the spell.
Okay.
Okay. So, when he returned home, his parent was waiting for him at the door. And he was all like,
Which parent?
his mom.
Okay, his mother was waiting.
His mom was all like, "Where was you at? Why do you have that weird book in your hand?"
He hasn't found the book.
Oh, he doesn't have
found
the
the
book.
book.
He just
has
found the
serpent
He
dragon.
just found the girl.
What
Okay,
happened?
never mind. What's with this monster doing in her
The thing is that
stuff?
can the monster transform into a lady so that he's not freaking out at the mom?
Not yet.
No, because
She
remember
needs
the
Oh, that's
the
true.
spell.
That's true. He
book
needs
the
reveals
spell.
how to break the spell.
Okay. Makes sense. Okay, keep going.
And the king walks in
Whoa!
because he had found out.
King!
He had found out that he had brought a monster into the
No, or did
castle.
he have a special assignment or
Okay.
for him? Or
I'm
something? I
taking
don't
over
know.
the story.
Okay.
So the king enters the small apartment of the
Small
guard,
cottage.
the small cottage of the room of the guard and his mother, and finds the monster there. And I didn't make it a cottage. Sorry.
Okay.
When he reveals to the guard and his mother that the serpent is actually the princess. She has been transformed by a wicked wizard.
Wait, I have transforming.
Okay, do you want to take over the story?
Sure.
Only if you want to.
Transforming.
Transformed
Transformed into
By
the monster by.
by a.
Can I take up the story?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
She was turned into a dragon by
Dragon snake.
the prince,
Who
was
who was
her
Jealous
brother?
of her because
who
he
was
wanted
jealous.
to marry her even though he was his sister. That's gross.
What?
Yeah, that's
How
gross.
about we not go down that road? How about
Let's not.
Yeah,
He's just jealous. 'Cause
He's
she's
just jealous because she's
smarter
prettier
and
and
prettier,
smarter.
Okay.
Okay.
It's more men
The
than he gets women.
prince.
She gets more men than him. Happy Pride!
Stop!
Happy Pride Month!
I was trying not to go down that road.
Stop. Okay. Yeah. She gets more men than him.
soon.
Happy Pride Month.
She tells them that there is a road in the sky.
What?
All right, wait.
You mean reading rainbow?
I'm interrupting that
Oh
one.
no!
There's a home.
There's a home.
No, but what happened to the
the
reading
sky. I'm
rainbow,
just kidding.
Mom? Mom, what happened to reading rainbow?
There was a street in the sky. Wait, there was a road in the sky. Reading
rainbow.
So,
Funny.
the king tells the guard that in order for the spell to be broken, he not only has to find the magic book, but he also has to take the princess to the home of the
Guy that turned her of the prince.
because
the prince lives away.
He has to take her to the home of the prince.
Because the prince does not live in the castle.
That's, I guess not.
Because he was
I don't-
banished for doing
Wait.
that.
Yes.
Yes. Woo, I like it.
And let's see.
Can I take over?
Dude.
Can I take over?
No.
Fine.
Mm-mm.
Let's see. But he must do it. He must do it quickly and quietly, otherwise the wicked prince will escape, and the curse will never be broken. So, the guard gives the girl or the serpent back to the king, and then decides to find.
He has to take the serpent with him, though.
He has to find the book first.
Yeah.
He has to find the book. Doesn't
How
he
is
have to
the-
find
how-
it with the serpent girl lady? No. Okay, I think it's
One person job.
Okay, so he
Stop, wait,
goes
no.
off
Okay, never mind.
to find the
To
find the road that was in his dream. Okay, and don't do that. So anyway, as he was traveling along, he happened to blah 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 blah. Okay, I got it. So as he was nearing the forest that he saw in his dream, he saw a little man sitting on the side of the road with an axe.
Ooh.
Now, the little man with the axe said,
Alan, wait, no, I don't want to interrupt. Never mind. Go
the
on.
little man said with the axe, "You must take this with you if you plan to succeed in your quest. Otherwise, you won't be able to get through the forest." And the young man's like, "Well, I'm not much of a lumberjack." And the little man says, "That's okay, because this axe will make you very strong.
Ooh.
And it will allow you to chop down anything that needs chopping down."
Dang it, I wanted this to be an interrupt card.
Aw.
Sad day.
Alright, and I am...
Can I do?
I've only gone once.
I'm going to pick it to Emma, because you got to go last time.
Alright.
No, I didn't. I
Yes,
only
yes,
put down
you
Emma,
did.
3
last
things.
story.
Okay. So
I'm gonna go
the
this
axe
way.
was it made him very strong,
Sound.
but there was a contest because the little man kind of didn't want to give out his axe to a random stranger.
Mm-hmm.
So he made a contest or a challenge to see if the Larry was worthy.
Okay.
Like Mjolnir.
I guess so. The book, because
It was his book.
he
No, wait. The little man was crazy. Yes.
Actually, I'm gonna say the little man was a long lost.
Oh, that's just weird.
He was a long lost elven prince.
No, he was the long lost brother of the king.
Ooh, and he was like, was he older
What
or
if he's
younger?
a prince in disguise?
No, not the prince in disguise. He was the younger. He was one of the brothers of the king, and he had loved his niece very much. But he had also betrayed the king and had been banished to the forest. But when his nephew was doing evil things,
He's like,
then he wanted to make sure that this young man succeeded in his quest to find this book and release the spell.
Oh, I take over.
No.
So,
you kind of got no interruption. Me neither.
before parting ways, the little man said to Larry, just make sure that you concentrate on your goal.
But did he get through the contest then?
No.
No. It was about to start,
I
but
changed
then.
the contest.
Yeah.
Well, you have to say that.
So then he said, be careful of what your eyes see,
Some things may
but
be
your
deceiving.
heart feels, because things may be deceiving in your eyes.
I'm gonna cry. It was
So he traveled through the forest, using the axe to whack down wood as much as possible, when he came upon a door in the middle of the forest. Excuse me. He there sat a beautiful
Oh no!
woman that looked like a queen.
The queen.
It's the queen. Or it's not the queen.
It could be
Can
the
I-
queen. Yes.
Can I take over?
Yes.
No, wait, no! Ah! Wait, I need
Just had a turn.
one.
Unless you
He
can
was very
interrupt.
happy
3, 4,
because
5.
it was because of the beautiful lady was there. And
But
the thing is that, but he wanted the princess still, so that was a problem. Because going through this, he knew if he took her, okay, so he was happy to see her, but when she asked if she could go along, he was not sure because he knew he would fall in love with her. Although he wasn't the smartest person, he knew, do I want the princess or do I want this? The little man said to keep my eyes on the prize.
That's right. Keep
So
your eye
I
on the
gotta
prize.
keep going. As he talks to the beautiful lady,
oh no.
she tells him that, so he tells about the quest, even though he wasn't supposed to. And she was like, I've heard that the prince was poisoned by a little fairy because he
Wow,
was
that fairy was a little dingus.
so when he believed him, he thought that it was all. So his heart breaks for the princess, and he was like, "No, you cannot come with me," because he did say yes,
I want
but
this.
then he was like, "No," because he knew this was all a trick to his mind, especially when she starts flying.
What the?
She flies up to the sky and disappears forever, passing it on.
I want to do it.
You go.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
This story
The
is way off of
lady-
my endings. I don't
the
know what to
lady
do.
disappeared.
Mine is getting.
And so he remembers the princess and how she needs to be healed from the curse. So he keeps on walking. Soon he comes up to a very frightened frog about to be eaten
Okay.
by a dog. This frog was very hurt. Battle wounds. And
No. He was hurt mentally.
No, he
Okay.
was hurt Oh.
I interrupt.
He was dying!
Dying.
So the frog was dying.
Yes.
The frog was dying.
To save the frog.
The
He
frog
knows
was
things.
rescued
The frog knows things, you guys.
by a small child named Bob.
No.
Now you're going off.
Now you're going off. The child has to make sense of the story. Right now, it's only Larry and the frog.
The Larry the frog.
So Larry rescues the frog, but what happens next?
Ooh, I got one.
The frog turned into a child.
Wow!
And Larry and the frog because
Or the child. It's a child.
yeah,
right?
it's a child. So Larry and the child, the child had been very wise as a frog, so I guess he's wise now. And,
Guess he's wise now.
He was when he was turning into a frog, he was tainted by a witch because he was looking for his little sister that had run into the woods.
Oh. Can I go off, please?
Yeah. Or else we
Brother or sister? And they were chasing his little brother, the child's sister, and him were chasing a thief that was setting the city
Okay.
on
So
fire.
what does the kids and the thief and the anything have to do with this magical book and the
Because
Okay.
they're another
the
one.
kid
They're another one of the
knows where the
distractions.
book is.
No, they're another distraction.
Just don't have
And
a
there's
hard for
a
that.
there's. How about they're another distraction, and they want him to go
she's
help him find his sister, but he.
Not. Okay, setting the city on fire.
Actually, I'm gonna
No,
interrupt.
the city was full of no,
I'm actually gonna interrupt before then. So
Okay, sorry.
so I'm gonna interrupt and so
The city was turned to a ruin.
No.
they
That's
the kid turns out to be like the distraction like you talked about, but leads him to
Into
the ruin
ruins.
that sits right outside of the swamp where the cave is at. So alright.
I need some cards.
Alright, so this is what's gonna happen. Yeah.
I'm gonna go get a spray.
Okay. So, finally, he makes the journey through the swamp into the cave and finds the book sitting there seemingly all by itself.
Now this confuses Larry.
Because he was told there was going to be a monstrous beast there.
I know who the monstrous beast is.
He feels kind of foolish about the whole situation but right before he reaches out to take the book, a sword wielded by no visible hand comes swinging down and almost chops his hand off.
This sword. Can I do it? Please.
Can I do it? Can I
So
do it? I have a really good one.
I
I have a really good one. I have a really good one.
please.
I'm your daughter.
Ooh, can I?
I'm your
I
second
wanna-
daughter.
I'm your daughter, so you should pick me. I can't. You're me.
No, pick her because she's not asking. Pick her.
Let's make them roll a dice.
I know, right?
What?
Can I
Well,
please?
the
Because I have.
six-sider over there.
I have this.
Wait. Can I go?
No, you should make her go. She's not even asking.
Today's just regular card day, right? It's not Pathfinder.
Yeah.
So what's going on
So
with the sword?
So the
So
sword.
the sword just is apparently is being held by nothing.
It's
And
being-
it's in its face.
It's an enchanted sword. Stood there to guard the book.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you have to have a pure heart and good intentions
The
to
sword
get
and
past
Larry
the
start
sword.
falling in love
No,
because he's
no,
stupid.
Okay. Okay.
So
Whoever rolls
sword-
gets to play.
Okay.
Whoever rolls the highest.
Yeah, whoever rolls the highest gets to play. Okay,
Aww.
keep going. There might be a tie.
they're loaded.
Loaded.
Okay, what do we do? Okay, what do we do?
Roll again.
Roll
Okay,
again.
ready?
Roll again.
Oh.
4.
Okay. So the sword.
You need okay, people, if you will play this game, get a dice.
Yeah, so that
Okay.
might be helpful.
So
And then if someone makes you mad, you can throw it at their face.
True.
okay.
Some perfect
So,
little angel you are.
Okay, so the
While the
so what
sword
is he gonna do
is
about the sword?
in his face, he realizes. He looks over the sword, so like in the corner of his eyes, he sees a key. He doesn't know what this key is for, so he doesn't pay much attention to it, because Larry's dumb.
Remember? He's dumb.
Okay.
You were the one who said he's dumb.
Suddenly,
Okay. Does the
Um,
key have to do with somehow with the sword?
yes, there
Oh,
is.
there's a keyhole on
there's
the
a keyhole on the sword that makes it like drop to the ground.
Okay, so how is he gonna get the sword swinging around with a razor sharp blade?
He's gonna like dodge it
And
or
then
something.
how are you gonna put
Okay.
the key in the keyhole?
Larry!
Ba-da-ba.
It freezes it in midair when you touch the key.
Okay.
Okay, Larry dodges the sword's attack and attempt to
Kill him.
keep him away from the book.
Okay.
And he
Heroes look Cuphead.
picks up the key and it comes alive.
Okay.
Apparently everything in this cave is
Enchanted.
enchanted.
Okay.
Okay. The key, he was,
Okay, so he's gonna use the key to do what? He's gonna get rid of the sword and do what?
and then he's gonna race to the book, go home, fall in love with the dragon, and then BAM!
He has to go
Oh,
find
do you have
the.
an
He
ending
still has to
card?
find the
Yes!
source.
Okay, then put it down.
No,
that-
I have one. I worked perfectly.
Soon,
No.
the dragon realized he like fell in
Yeah,
love
you
with
can't
someone
play
before.
that marriage. You can't play that ending card.
Exactly.
I can.
I know exactly.
I can.
Gotta like do it.
Oh.
Oh, I know how I can wait. Do it.
Just do it. What is it?
Yay! Love
And
wins.
so when he goes back and
Happy
and
Pride Month.
falls in love with the dragon and turns her back. Well, first, what about the sorcerers? I don't think they have. Oh wait, he was already killed. That's right.
So he gets
Anyway, which proves that a heart that is brave and true will always triumph in the end.
I had that one last.
Who had this one last time? He
I
lived
did
the
that.
rest of his life as a beggar, which that was perfectly me. That just. was me. I
Yeah,
had
I think that was Maddie.
Maddie has mine. I have
to
hers.
like go
See,
where.
look, we're meant to be
So
soulmates.
I wanted to
so
go with, like, I wanted to push it where
Mine is an
he like,
adorable
falls
book,
in
and
love with
I
another
wanted to
woman
get
in
the end.
woods.
I want to check
and
the
then-
comments.
That's why he
He's
said he was
dumb.
poisoned because I already had the
And
poison.
he comes back, and the princess kind of liked him, so she was like enraged.
Russian.
All right. So do you guys
And
want
then
to
Jim-
do?
Oh,
Google Translate.
and but
Do you
it
guys-
has to do her and he. But
What time is it? Do you guys want to take a small break and then do one more round, or
Yes.
you done?
I'm done.
tired.
Okay.
I think
everyone's
we're done.
Bye.
So don't touch my thing. I'm not going to touch it. So anyway, that was Once Upon a Time. It's something that looks like it might be interesting to you guys. Would you not stand in front of the camera? Then it's actually listed on my channel under my Amazon gear, and just go ahead and click on it. And take a small commission for if you do purchase it that way. But other than that, it is a really, really fun game. Next time we do this, which I believe will probably be next Saturday, we're actually going to be playing a game called Marry Mr. Darcy.
Sounds adorable.
It's Pride and Prejudice.
I can tell that.
Awesome.
I want to play it.
It's a super fun game. Everyone loves it.
Love the game. It's awesome.
And even guys
Darcy
can play
is
it,
smexy.
so.
I said smexy.
But anyway, well, thank you guys for stopping by and watching us play. And yeah, bye.
Dab on them haters.
funny.
I don't want to.